Good evening and welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Jerome Aegean, and here's some of the top stories we have for you tonight. No shelters ready on St. Croix. All eyes now on Fiona as we say good riddance to Earl. And a 14-year-old girl is shot and killed on St. Thomas. These stories and more up next on News Channel 8.
News Channel 8 is sponsored by AT&T. Centennial is joining AT&T for greater coverage, more innovation, and better service.
In our top story tonight, we hope you and your family have made it through Hurricane Earl all right. And as we say goodbye to Earl, we need to pay attention to Tropical Storm Fiona. Tropical Storm Fiona is currently located at 16.9 north, 58.2 west, and is traveling at a very fast 20+ miles per hour, carrying with it 45-mile-per-hour winds. Now, the blow of the storm is going towards the north and to the east, which is favorable to the Caribbean side, us. At its nearest point to the Virgin Islands will fall midday Wednesday, where it will be approximately 240 miles from St. Thomas. At that time, it will be located at 18.7 north, 61.3 west with 50-mile-per-hour winds. Right now, it's carrying 1,006 isobars of barometric pressure and does continue to remain as it is, as it goes. And that's the situation with Fiona. We will give you more of an update on Fiona and keep track of Fiona as we go along and as she makes her way towards us. But now we go to the Red Cross on St. Croix for an update on the shelter situation.
Thanks a lot, Jerome. We are near Sunny Isle at the St. Croix American Red Cross chapter. And as you can see from the parking lot, we have all the volunteers and coordinators in place. I'm here now with Miss Marla Matthew, and she is one of the executives here at the Red Cross. So she has some information about the shelters. Miss Matthew, we heard about some problems with the shelter at the complex, and there's also a shelter at Claudio Marco.
Okay, currently for this operation, we opened one shelter, which was at the educational complex. Our shelter was supported by the American Red Cross, along with our partners who was the Department of Human Services, the Department of Education, Public Safety, and the Civil Air Patrol. Due to problems with the generator, we lost power, and so we made a decision to move the shelter to Herbert Grigg Home. So our residents were transferred last evening to ensure their safety and to make sure that they were comfortable. As of this time, shelters on St. Croix, which is mainly the Herbert Grigg Home, is closed. All residents have gone home, and we are in our second phase, which is the damage assessment. We have sent 3 teams out throughout the island, which comprised of 9 volunteers to evaluate if there's any damages so that we can decide what support and resources American Red Cross needs to give to our residents. Our teams will be back this evening, and a decision will be made as to the services. As well as we are working in conjunction. When you came in, we were on a telephone call with national and our region in Puerto Rico, as well as 7 national volunteers who are part of our team that was pre-positioned. They are on St. Thomas.
Good, and there's some food being delivered there to the volunteers, the veterans, and everybody helping out. Now, Miss Matthew, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I am a little upset, and I'm sure a lot of people are if they're watching this tonight, because we have a lot of sporadic power. I want to also, again, commend the hardworking men and women at WAPA who put their lives on the line, also the National Guard, the police force working 24 hours a day. My concern is this. We knew over a year that this thing was coming. The storm season was coming. Dr. Gray, Colorado State, NASA, the hurricane hunters, the little old lady in the rainforest. Everyone knows this year was going to be very active. It is deplorable that we have no shelters up and running on St. Croix. I don't understand for the life of me how you could get people in harm's way in an emergency situation. By the way, after Fiona, we have 3 or 4 disturbances coming off of the coast of Africa every 2 days. So this shelter situation, Miss Matthew, and Government House, and Vitima, whoever's in charge, these shelters need to be up and running yesterday. This is of utmost importance. We saw what happened with Katrina. We do not want an international disaster on our hands. We need to get the shelters up and running. I don't understand why the generator went kaput. Somebody should have been pumping, priming, and checking that generator. You don't wait a few hours before a storm comes and say there's no shelters on St. Croix. I'm sorry about that, but that's just the way I'm looking at it. And I'm sure a lot of you are looking at it as well. I don't want to keep you. I know you got to go back to your conference call. I want to again point out that these men and women at Red Cross are working very hard. I'm looking at volunteers. I'm very proud of them. They always step up to the plate. It's the same faces you see in every disaster. So this should be no surprise. I'm very proud of the Virgin Islanders who help out. So let's try to get the shelters up and running. We are going to need them. This is just going to be September 1st, August 31st. We've got 2 months to go of a rapid hurricane season. Miss Matthew, let's get some numbers. If people need to get to the shelters, if people want to volunteer and maybe fix the generator, how can they do that?
Okay, the generator is under the auspices of the Department of Education, so I would suggest that they contact the Department of Education at 773-1095. However, we are open to volunteers and residents who would like to serve. Our number here at the chapter is 778-5104 or 690-2510. We are preparing for Fiona, and so that we are beginning to do a call down of all volunteers to ensure that they are available. Please call the chapter 778-5104.
Thank you very much, Miss Marla Matthew, American Red Cross. Thank you very much. Everyone be safe and be well. I'm at American Red Cross St. Croix chapter in Sunny Isle. I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
Thanks, Wes. And a 14-year-old girl is dead after she was apparently shot on St. Thomas. Let's go to Melody Rains with more.
The investigation into the death of a 14-year-old minor is ongoing, said St. Thomas St. John Chief of Detectives Lieutenant Milton Peterson on Tuesday. The female minor, a resident of Estate Anna's Retreat, was found with 1 gunshot wound to her body at about 9:20 p.m. Sunday, August 29th. The weapon, which police believed caused the fatal gunshot, was found next to the body, police said. Lieutenant Peterson said there's a process the investigators follow to determine what occurred depending on the circumstances of the case. He said that process includes conducting interviews, determining the victim's state of mind, family history, and the elimination of other possibilities such as foul play, robbery, or burglary. Lieutenant Peterson said depending what investigators find when delving into these areas, they may have to extend their investigation into other areas of interest. The process is very deliberative and meticulous, Lieutenant Peterson said. Once the investigators are confident they have arrived at a determination based on the facts, along with the medical examiner's report and findings, we will be able to say with confidence what actually happened to the young lady on that fateful day, concluded Lieutenant Peterson.